From Ben Simmons being a letdown in critical moments to the arrogance of Shaquille O'Neal, these are the NBA's most hated players of all time. As we all know, the NBA is known for having some of the most talented athletes in the world. But sometimes it's not just their skills on the court that make them stand out. We will start with Dillon Brooks, of course, a shooting guard for the Memphis Grizzlies who has been making waves in the league for his relentless play style and his, well, let's just say his colorful personality. But being real, Brooks is the most hated player at the moment by most teams for being annoying. Yeah, that's got to hurt. We go to a press conference where Dillon is asked about his reputation for being annoying. He's been asked what he thinks of that. Dillon, smiling, responds with, "Annoying me? Nah, I'm just out here trying to do my job. If that means getting under the skin of my opponents, then so be it. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to help my team win." It's that kind of attitude that has made Dillon a polarizing figure in the league. Some fans and analysts love his tenacity and passion for the game, while others can't stand him. Which side are you on? Now we cut to a game where Dillon is guarding an opposing player who looks visibly frustrated. Deep breaths, guys. The opposing player yells at Dillon, "Stop being so damn annoying." No holding back, straight to the point. Dillon smiles and responds, "Sorry, man, just doing my job." You can see how that would get anyone's back up. But despite the hate he receives, Dillon continues to play with a chip on his shoulder, always looking to prove his doubters wrong. We've seen Dillon make impressive plays on the court many times. But unfortunately, this has been overshadowed by moments of him trash talking or getting in the faces of his opponents. Come on, man. It's a game, remember. Whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying that Dillon Brooks is a force to be reckoned with in the NBA. He's a player who always gives 110% and never backs down from a challenge. So if you find him annoying, as so many do, remember that he's not out there to make friends. He's out there to win, as he has reminded us, and I'm sure will continue to do so. Up next, we have LeBron James. He's one of the greatest players of all time, but damn, he has his fair share of haters.
Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot at history. LeBron stands alone.
Some of you may say, but why would anyone hate LeBron? He's an incredible athlete and even a philanthropist. What's not to like? Here it is. Well, some people argue that LeBron's constant dominance and the way he orchestrates team changes have made the league less competitive. Plus, there are those who just can't get over the decision. They felt it was a slap in the face to his hometown fans when he announced he was leaving Cleveland for Miami. You don't want to be disloyal to your hometown fans now. But in all fairness to LeBron, he did return and even brought a championship to Cleveland, which did make some people forgive him. Do you think he should be forgiven? However, the hatred remains, even to this day. Speaking of dominant players, let's not forget Shaquille O'Neal. He was a force to be reckoned with, yet he had his fair share of critics. Shaq's dominance was undeniable, but his playful and sometimes arrogant demeanor rubbed some people the wrong way, hardly surprising. And his free throw shooting, well, let's just say it was a target for ridicule. Oh, the hack-a-Shaq strategy. It became infamous, and opponents used it to their advantage. Another player who has faced a lot of criticism is Dwight Howard. He was an athletic powerhouse, but his career took a hit when he began bouncing around from team to team. Come on now, don't be that guy. And let's not forget his infamous Superman persona. It sure was cringy. Some fans thought it was more about showmanship than actual substance. There's no room for that when you're playing against the best of the best. It seemed like Dwight's focus shifted from winning to personal glory, and that didn't sit well with many basketball purists, as you can imagine. And then there's James Harden. His style of play, particularly his ability to draw fouls, sparked controversy and made him a divisive figure. Some people even accuse Harden of flopping and manipulating the game instead of relying on skill alone. It's certainly not a good reputation to have. It's frustrating for opponents and fans who want to see a fair and competitive game. Rightly so. But let's not forget the incredible scoring ability that Harden possesses. It's undeniable that he's one of the most gifted offensive players of his generation.
Harden sizing up Horford. It's a three. Good! Harden's got 45!
But the love for his offensive prowess is overshadowed by the hate for his style of play. Lastly, we couldn't discuss the NBA's most hated players and miss out on the ongoing saga of Ben Simmons. The sheer hate he faces from Philadelphia fans alone is enough to earn him the title. The love-hate relationship between Simmons and the Philly faithful is a tale for the ages. But why is there such animosity toward him? Well, for starters, the fans expected Simmons to take the next step in his game, especially in terms of his shooting. But his reluctance to shoot from beyond the paint has frustrated everyone. And it's not just his lack of shooting. Some fans feel that Simmons hasn't shown the necessary passion or effort on the court, especially in crucial moments. There have even been instances where Simmons seemed disengaged or hesitant, leading fans to question his commitment to the team. And let's not forget his struggles at the free throw line. His poor free throw shooting became a glaring weakness, and opponents began exploiting it. The hack-a-bend strategy haunted him. Fans grew tired of seeing their star player falter in such a fundamental aspect of the game. Plus, there were reports of friction between Simmons and the coaching staff, further fueling the frustration of fans who expected more from him. It's a shame because Simmons possesses incredible talent, particularly as a playmaker and defender. But his limitations have overshadowed his strengths in the eyes of many. And that's where the hate stems from. Everyone hates to see unfulfilled potential. Fans want their star players to elevate the team, especially in crucial playoff moments, and they feel let down by Simmons' performances. It's worth noting that the scrutiny he faced from the Philadelphia media and fans intensified after the team's early playoff exits. The playoffs are when the pressure is at its peak, and unfortunately, that's where Simmons seemed to crumble under the weight of expectations. It's not just about his on-court struggles. The way Simmons handled the situation, including his trade request and subsequent absence from training camp, added fuel to the fire. Fans felt betrayed. They had invested so much hope and loyalty in him, so they interpreted his actions as a lack of commitment to the team. It's a complicated dynamic. On the one hand, fans want their team to succeed, and they express their frustration when players fall short. But on the other hand, it's essential to remember that these players are human beings dealing with immense pressure. This is a reminder that sports fandom can sometimes bring out the best and worst in us. It's clear that Ben Simmons is a talented player who has had his fair share of struggles. Only time will tell how his career unfolds and whether he can overcome the obstacles that have tarnished his reputation. All of these players have achieved so much and entertained fans for years. But unfortunately, they also polarize the basketball world. It's interesting how success can sometimes breed disdain. It sounds like the glory has gone to their heads. Being humble is very much a respected trait, however. Being fair to them, these players have dealt with immense pressure and scrutiny, yet still managed to leave a lasting impact on the game. And that's what makes the NBA so captivating. It's not just about skill and athleticism, it's about the personalities, the rivalries, and the drama that unfolds both on and off the court. Love them or hate them, these players have added a layer of excitement and controversy to the NBA. It is all part of what keeps us so entertained. None of it will stop us from watching, that's for sure. So, from Dwight Howard's over-the-top and cringy persona to the betrayal of LeBron James, these were the NBA's most hated players of all time.